Hi. Hello, it's me, Scott. Stress mess. Jacqueline, life is yours. Thanks for sticking it out with me. Did I do all the stuff right to start this stream? I think I did. Right, yes. Hi. Well, it went awesome. Thank you, life is yours. I will say that it went. I don't think that was the most musical experience. But I was, people played with it. That was cool. That's great. That's great. I occasionally, so yeah, I'm a little surprised with how they ran. So like, I'm definitely not here to criticize the way they ran it. Running a show is hard. I will say that, I had, after trying some improvising on stream, I personally thought it was better to go with scales. I mean, sorry, not with scales, just with like 2 octaves of chords rather than a scale, because if you had 2 octaves of chords, then the improvisers could have noodled around a lot more. But since they had a broader range of notes for the synthesizer, you ended up with a lot of dissonance. So, hey, that's okay. And then I'm a little surprised they went to 32 notes. And then I'm a little surprised too that they did they let auto tally on, because I did set it up in such a way that you could only occasionally tally. In other words, where you'd have voting going on for a long time and then just tally here and there. But hey, we survived. The server survived. The audio didn't skip. It played the way it was supposed to. They had their estimate actually seemed about right. They had estimated about 15,000 people. My estimate of how many of those people would actually be engaged was surprisingly off. So what I did is I had a local copy of the sequencer. So I was just watching my clicks per second. So what I tried to do is have a local instance of the heat sequencer looking at that channel ID, which I thought was working and then wasn't, and then it was stressing me out, but hey, it was there. So it maybe seemed like, let's see. Oops. This is, man, why does the Windows calculator C doesn't clear? Like hitting C on your keyboard doesn't clear. Why? Yeah, in the neighborhood of 1 to 2%. So I was guessing maybe 10 to 20, but it was much lower. So, show any IDs? Well, everybody, I don't think the IDs are necessarily a secret, because you can just look it up without much authentication, I think, through Postman. I'm not even sure if you need that. I know I should have just done the Google calculator. So yeah, I got like maybe 1.5, like 1 to 2%, with some spikes above that. But that's doesn't mean that many people engage. It means that many people engage in a 1-second window, and there is a cooldown, so you can only click 4 times a second. So, but overall, I thought that was a cool segment. Those were super talented musicians. I thought the moderator did a good job. She did a good job leading it. They did a great job playing the PUBG song together. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. It was very nice of them to give me a shout out on stream, although now I feel like anybody who didn't like the way it sounded will say it was my fault. Maybe it was my fault. I kind of want to do some heat improvisation now. Should I do it? I could set up the same sequencer they had. I don't know if they'd be mad at me. Should I not do that? I don't think they would. So it went better than expected. Well, I, of course, expected there were so many things that could go wrong. Actually, you know what? I didn't even look. I should have had the AWS console up. I don't think, we didn't get, in testing, I was getting 6,000 to 8,000 clicks per second before I was saturating on AWS. And also I made a very last minute change, an extremely last minute change to some Socket.io settings to throw away. It's a Socket.io volatile message setting I found at the very last minute. So I pushed that with only like 45 minutes to go, which was a little bit like, man, gonna ruin it. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, it actually went pretty well. I thought it looked pretty cool. The way the sequencer looked, like seeing all the engagement looked cool. Like I didn't know you could, I guess it makes total sense that you can like live toggle extensions like that. I just didn't know you could do that. Yeah, okay, let me set up a local version of Heat, or of that particular sequencer. But let's go back to, so I'll do it both ways just so you can see what I mean between using just chords and the keys that they switch to, which it's not like a bad choice. Dan, I hope I'm not sounding like super critical. Just I maybe would have opted for a different approach. Is Heat not on? Can you heat me? I'm getting kisses. How come I'm not getting clicks? Oh, because this version, man, I'm sure glad I didn't push that. I did have a local test version of Heat pointed to a local URL. And had I pushed that, it would have been a disaster. Okay, yeah. So mess with some settings. Whoa, some jams. Don't heat without you. I'm gonna heat. Jacqueline, I'm doing it. No, I'm just playing with some of the settings. Adding bottom. Okay, let me get this up over here. Desktop capture. Oh, I forgot I'm still keying this out. So let's stop this business and let me just fake a bunch of. So in isolation, this can sound pretty good because it's melodic. Oops, that was the tempo I meant to change. Let's go through some of the scales they wanted. Okay. So if I don't have auto tally on, I can do all these votes and get all this entropy. And you see you got little meters. The grid is off. Yeah, it should be better now. I had if the browser isn't full, the browser wasn't full screen, so now that should be better. I was worried that everything was going to break, so I had in this like secret simulate traffic mode. That is definitely a important pro tip if you're building somewhat fragile experimental technology is assume it might explode. I did have this was secret. I had this secret little traffic counter up here that will show me every second a tally of the clicks over the previous second. Also had some different instruments too. So I had some more deliberate patches, or like some more like I don't know, more authored musical patches, but they did want to go for something kind of 8-bitty, which is fine. Okay, turn off the fake stuff. Okay, so the problem when I was doing this is I personally found that it was hard to play with. Like, just because if two people are just like randomly coming up with notes, it's not necessarily going to sound good. And in this case, you kind of had no control over chat, of course. So the idea, at least what I had done was like, I'm gonna revert one commit. Instead of having these scales, I just had 2 octaves of major chord, minor chord, augmented chord, etc., etc. So let me step 1 commit backwards. How to do this. How do I do this? Sequence, log selected, this version, reset to commit. Okay, yeah, so here, these are the scales I was doing. So the difference is maybe a little bit subtle. Like, I don't think it, in practice, sounds super different, but since these are just notes from a major chord, I found it a little easier to like pull nonsense from. Where's my iPad? Be right back. Anytime a white border flashes, that's input. So I'm faking input right now, but anytime, so every click gets a flash, and then the little tally meter goes up for like the total. So yeah, so this was a C major, and then if I was gonna like noodle around with this, I was very impressed with those musicians. That was cool. It was a cool session. I hope they aren't bummed out about the Heat song. It's my I hope they don't go home thinking like, man, this chat collaboration, it's tricky. Oh, I just got an email from Twitch. Let's see. It says, "You're fired. We're taking you to court. See you in prison." Yeah, okay, well. No, I think it went well. And actually, I just got a really lovely email from what is his title? Head of Content Development at Twitch. Just sent me a really nice email. So that's super cool. Very kind. I think it's cool. And actually, like, talking to him, the whole thing he just wrote was like, how do we, what's the next version going to be? What's it gonna do next? I'm just hitting the randomize button on, wait, who did that? Did you do that? Who did that? Just erase my board. My song. Are you sending me an OBS thread about video feed off of that stuff? There's other ways. You can do it with well, you can do it just HDMI out. Show us what a good one looks like. A good what? What a good what looks like. Life is Yours is doing great. You guys are doing great. Get the change synth. No, I don't have that turned on. I could change the synth and chord for you though. Can you hear the iPad okay? Does that come through? Yeah, this sequencer is pretty loud. Let's switch back to this one. And let me turn volume up on this somehow, like this. The knob that says volume doesn't actually seem to do anything. Let me try the volume on the iPad itself. Oh, live video. Oh, you want to see my iPad? I see what you're saying. I'd have to set up my Elgato for that, but we could do that. Nighttime dinner? Too many Tinder notifications. How did you know? Actually, no. There's just... shouldn't show this. No Tinder notifications. No OkCupid notifications. One Hinge notification. I do want to do like a little drum machine. I did do one that was a little more percussive. That was the wrong one. This. like that as much though. Oh no! Source tree, how dare you? Okay, get out of here, source tree. Man, who killed Steam? I'm glad whoever wanted to DDoS today decided to DDoS Steam and not Twitch. Appreciate that. Thanks for the cool song. Fighting with you. It's called a rap battle. So what would be cool is a way, yeah, and they mentioned this. Yeah, sound options connecting to MIDI. MIDI out would be pretty crazy. How could I do that? How could I get MIDI out of the browser into anything? I guess I could build like a weird little Electron app. And then yeah, like clock sync. Also real tricky, especially if you wanted to do like multiple channels. Playing a song together. How would you do that? Send like a MIDI over the internet. How are we going to do that? I guess a little Electron app. I started to add a snare in here. Stream jams, cool. Oh, I'd love it. Make something that sounds like it from Stardew Valley. Luminous? Should just make a cool multiplayer streamable Luminous. Okay, time for a new song? Okay, I'll find a new patch. It's a mess? What's a mess? You don't like the new song? How dare you? How dare you slander the new song? I'm gonna get the thing. I'm gonna get drums. I did start to do that click track, but it didn't work very well. I think I just deleted it rather than just comment it out. I think I got so mad at that click track, I was just gone. Just blew it away. One moment, please. without blowing the stream up. This is a song by Dreklin, and life is yours, who's eating dinner. Wait, what? What'd you say? Question mark, question mark, question mark? What are you doing in mission control? What's going on over there? Maybe you could use like alerts to play music with alerts. So is this gonna work? Whoa. Okay, maybe don't actually do that. Okay, this was a bad idea. Poor choice. Very poor choice. I regret everything. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if I can mess with these Elgato settings while I'm doing stuff, you know? But let's try it. That's a good one. Okay. Elgato HD capture. When he was on screen? Is that true? I feel like when I looked, all I saw was people complaining about the sound. People are into it. Maybe I should have had my channel up at that time, so when they called it out, I would have been there. Are you getting... You can hear that sequencer, right? Oh, the horrible apartment sound is back again. Okay, so a little bit of latency there, but probably acceptable. Video capture device called video capture device is this one. That was not correct. I have made a mistake. Is this one it? I can't really tell. Transform, reset transform. All of my secrets will be revealed when I incorrectly capture from my iPad. There's the iPad. Can you see the iPad? Okay. I'm not all that great of a keyboardist anyway, so can I load two sequencers? Two at the same time. Maybe I could do it if I had the padding offset with different sounds. You want to try to do two? And unfortunately, it would be a little hard to line it up so that the clicks actually went to the right place. The latency. Oof. I don't know about this. Oops. Accidentally just pushed some keys on the keyboard with the iPad. The latency is so bad. I can do. Is there like anything I can do in the capture? It's pretty awful. The latency is pretty abysmal to like try to play music. Is the mic audio still screwed up? That fixed it? Yeah, that was trying to do direct audio capture from the device. Maybe a poor choice. Feels like something's wrong with my brain when you tap and then you don't hear it for a quarter of a second. Oh no, you saw my bare iPad screen. What horrible things did you see? It's not very organized. Saw a new Adobe Fresco. It's pretty good. I feel like I was doing better with this when it was just over the mic, because the latency is so terrible. Excuse me. Exactly sure what to do about that. Unless I can hear it like somewhere else. One thing in one headphone and another thing in the other. This seems like a thing that will not work very well. My prediction will not work well at all. But now you can't hear it, right? Yeah, didn't figure. I'd have to have like an audio line out and then bring that audio line out into a separate jack on the audio device. Maybe more than I want to get into today. In fact, I don't know if I even want to stream anymore. I just wanted to I was just too amped up. I was just so amped up after the event. And I also foolishly thought some people might stop by, but that's okay. That's okay. We did it. We survived. Next time we'll do something cooler. We lived and we learned. Life is yours, Jacqueline. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate it. Twitch, if you're out there, thanks for letting me do this thing. That was cool. And I will talk to you all very soon. Goodbye.